Mama solo we get fucking mama solo me people then tingo better ya mama tingo better ya mama tingo better ya the people then tingo better ya mama tingo better ya tingo better ya. We fucking my mama, so we get fucking mama, so we people there. Tingo better ya, mama. Tingo better ya, papa. Tingo better ya. Tingo mama, so we get fucking mama, so we people there. Tingo better ya. Some must be like Batman. Some are yes, deep like you. They say you come and go until you say no one knows. Lock up, I say lock up, lock up, I say lock up, lock up, I say lock up. Let Uncle talk, not for lucky people. Waiting me, I don't see me much more able to talk. Waiting me, so you even much more able to talk. So I'm not going to talk, that's how you make I want to talk. Mama, lock pump, I say lucky pump, lucky pump, I say lucky pump, left, left, oh, I say lucky pump. Left buckle talk, now for lucky pump. Anyway, there we go, 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 there we go. So let me reduce this. Let me reduce this. Reduce it. Reduce
You're in
it.
Acapulco, Jim. You don't have steak and chips in Acapulco. Yeah, well, I like steak and chips.
Hello, beautiful people, wherever you are in the world. This is Agnes Pat, going on social media. Seasons greetings again. I have my Miss Mela Jameson Duchess crown, So yeah. So it's just a short one. Let's say 30 minutes. We're going to finish this one by definitely by 17:10. By 17:10, this life I don't finish. Life I don't finish. The reason why I've come up as soon as I see the title of this particular topic and this particular live, sorry, is the alleged sexual harassment saga. What if it was a setup against Jimmy B? I know, when it comes to sexual harassment and sexual case and this and that in a salon, we women then we are so passionate. And I just want to make it clear before I continue this program. Firstly, I am not in support of anyone being sexually abused. Let me have my finger here so that I can be responding to your comment whilst you are on the show. Fine. Okay. Let me just reduce this. So I have this one which I will be monitoring the comment as they come. I'm saying, Chief, welcoming, seasons greetings. Seasons greetings, Amethysta, seasons greetings, Andrea, and everybody with the inside because I know they see everybody right now, but I'm just like, checking on to the and Facebook Live in front of me so that I go able for read comments them and that. So we have this issue about Jimmy. Firstly, for me, I am not in support of any sexual abuse of young girls or women in any shape or form. As on all knows I stand all these years, I'm not in support of that. Um, we have law system in Sierra Leone, even though some of we will not believe say the law system they work, but I believe say if the law found and Jimmy guilty of whatever that is going on, it will answer to the law. I just want to make that clear, clear, that I am not in support of any sexual abuse in when it comes to women and children. No, I am not in support. I will never be in support of any of that. Yeah. But at the same time, sometimes when these things come up, we have to tread carefully. We have because wetin me don see is that Sierra Leone women there, and women in particular, and people out there, they are so emotional when it comes to this type of thing. Apart from them, forget the facts. We quick for jump to conclusion. I will give you an example. When Kamarimba bin come, Kamarimba dey Kono, I get the report na Kono myself comot. I for say not today I born, but I go up there, then send me messages of Kamarimba this, Kamarimba that. I tell the one I'm Miss say until Kamarimba, there is an evidence of Kamarimba. I will never come up on my platform and come and say something against Kamarimba or run a program. Sorry, guys, somebody is at my door quick. Okay. I make them call on social media where we can do anything. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys. I think this is why it's social media. We can go, we can come back, and we can continue the show. So, okay, I've got my phone here. So the number to call, let me just type it up on my Facebook. If you want to call and participate, it's fine. You can call and participate. Let me just get the number quick. If I don't do this actually before they come on here, but I was dealing with something else, which is also very important. Um, okay. Oh boy. Una bear with me, una bear with me. Now the number I want put. So would that one call? It can call. But I don't know anything they happen now. Hmm. Let me see. Facebook number. Cancel. Una sorry, we will can do and quickly find this one. Oh, okay. I think this number here, so I'm just trying as fast as I can to just get the number and post them up. So if you want call, you can call and participate. I don't get a now. Let's see. I will try to add it on there. But sometimes I'm not can just save over cool. Facebook number. Where are you? Fine. Copy Facebook number, and let me come to here and let me paste it under here. Call on this NUM number. Okay, paste it. Okay. If you wish to take part in the ALLAG alleged sexual Jimmy the HARS this is all part of the social media, That's why we are not. I paste it up onto the website onto the thread, and let me paste them up again on my page. Okay, I don't put stuff. So at all costs, you can call in. Whilst at the monitor, yeah, you can call in. We can talk. We can discuss. So in the first place, I am not saying again. I make this clear that I clarify this. I am not saying that I support any rape case or harassment. As we all know, I am all for supporting women and girls and men, But at times, the way how I see things can flood on social media, how quickly people can change the narrative, how quickly people can switch and begin go onto another level with it. For me, it don't sit right at all. Firstly, Jimmy B is a household name, it's international household name. Yeah, it's international household name. Not so like Maurice where in music, not only Salon and Sabia, or maybe within the maybe Ghana, maybe Conakry or so, now they Sabia. Apart from that, they not Sabi music, not side. Yeah, this we are talking about an international star. But however, that does not mean that if you do something way wrong, they cannot hold her responsible for what he do. I just want to make this clear. I just want clear. And at the moment, like I say, when Kamarimba was being accused all the time, even President Koroma was being accused all the time of sleeping with underage girls. E get one 18-year-old wey e don done in time of office, na him dey go there with, and then they dey with the first lady. All this is that I never for once come up on my platform and talk that stupidness today, because we know wetin Sierra Leoneans they don't do. They don't make everything is politicking in Sierra Leone. Everything is politicking. Yeah. And it's the same thing with and Samoa Kamara, where them go lie and this they find and say that's not happen. Waiting them they found saying so Samoa Kamara do and this and that. It's not all in cases, but most it is. And not me say, make I just make this clear. It not me say because they say woman say they don't touch her, they don't rape her. So we all for come out say now true. Not true. We not get that detective eyes anymore. For love we watch, waiting on fact, waiting not to fact, waiting on fiction, waiting not to fiction. Me own program as a journalist. What if this is a setup for Jimmy B? In the first place, as I want start, when we get the Cold War where they go on between United Kingdom and then Germany and the rest of Europe, in order to make UK able win the war, now woman then GIS, government information officers, and those women where them in the send and go waiting self. Now they make the able win. And most battle for let able for win and a woman and they go through. And Salon de let they will not say the man then they absolutely it's appalling the way that they misuse with beginning, the way out and they sexually abuse we pikin them. That one is so rampant na salon. It rampant na salon, say rampant na Sierra Leone. If people say they are in denial, it's not going on, then I don't know what kind of human being you are. It dey go on every day they go on with sexual harassment, sexual abuse of our young girls and every day. Nothing other way they do with sexuality, not they play its part. Yeah. When you think about the UK government, you look about those who are in authorities, mainly are men. Right? If you look into Sierra Leone politics, APC, SLPP, the one that they lead, na men, na men there. For that woman go be a flag bearer within APC and SLPP, it's difficult because if they refuse for sell them body there, it not go happen. And the young company woman themselves, then they against them as well. So we don't know the one can be leader of this in a way that they not married or that they not born picking or that they belong divorced. You very human and the first go begin by you say you're not supposed to and get that position there. When I get me. So now this I just expect for make and slowly so to get into it. So many salon they go inside politics. They're not able to achieve. They're not able to achieve because they are sexually harassed or sexually abused. And not all man is sexually harassed and sexually abused, you know. But we get for say we dey encourage people like for men them come out. Not to want I want make them clear again. Not to want we suffer from sexual abuse. They make you come out to feel comfortable for can talk about say I was sexually abused. Most of people when they uncle the papa they sleep with, they tell them born picking them with, you know, or people where they men the man that the sexually abuse them. Today they don't get mind talk and say this man is sexually abusing me. They're not crazy, they're not the talker. Say this man sexually abused me. No, they're not the talker. Because they get that fear they if I can't talk would I go be so not to want no more possible sexually abused, it can come out so someday it can take years for me then come out for say now so I suffer, now so this person do me, now so this person do me. It take years, take years because once some people in the shame. They know other people that know say they don't go through that kind of experience. They really they shame. So now I come out to the topic in proper. What if Jimmy B was set up? Right? We see how they set up people there. These days, everybody they out there, they try for B, this one for B, say, now me they can save Sierra Leone, now me they can help Sierra Leone. All man they come all over the place for can help Sierra Leone in the first place. For my newspaper closing one they were on. If you come on a Canada, you go Sierra Leone. And apparently, why is it that it's not Jimmy B hotel now you go? Why? If you don't know, say, according to what they get talk this talk here now, they get make all kinds of man get your story. Or according to Jimmy B don't say they do. So why would you go and upon all the hotel necessarily? Why you not go book other hotel? This is my question. Like as I say again, this is a journalistic platform. You know to learn on Facebook pages or on go on can go to London or talk anything, on write anything. Everything what they do here is objectively. Now they do them. So I just want to continue for you, Peter. Why is it you specifically target for going to Jimmy B hotel? Why? Why? Because of you have an intent. You want to go do something at Sierra Leone. You want somebody already established. So you get for go through somebody where all man know, which is not bad. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong, it's bad. But if you really believe in yourself, say they go Sierra Leone for go do something, do you need a man? Do you need a powerful man like Jimmy B for let it take you through, for let you go establish you want to establish Sierra Leone? Why I want establish me team news now? When I see me go through anybody, I establish it myself. Whether I get 2 people watching me or 3 people watching me, it is okay. But it is me. I invest me time and everything I establish them. So you could have gone to Sierra Leone and go and establish whatever you want to do in Sierra Leone without even going through nobody. And that is a fact. Anybody want angry about that? Anybody will gain other thing for say about that? It is okay. But we're not going to see like same thing they are, so they go on. We'll not begin for watch from where it all started. We'll not ask questions. Just because and say, oh, they sexually abused me. We'll not ask questions. We understand, say, Jimmy B and Zainab Sharif get problem with Jimmy B because of AYV and Junior Nagode and Saga where they be get. Sometimes when things like this come out, it's more deeper than what you think it is. It's more deeper. What if this girl have been sent to go and set up Jimmy B? Now, man, she's not 20. She's not 18 or 19 years. She went to Sierra Leone willingly. She went to this hotel. There are so many hotels if you go lodge, and not lodge there, but go to that hotel. Particularly go to that hotel. What if na a setup for set up Jimmy B? What if, when I don't think about that Sierra Leone, what if na a setup? Because 99% of people they follow Zainab Sharif, where they suppose Zainab Sharif, now APC sympathizers. Now them, 99% now them. So this don't become APC SLPP situation. So there is more to this story than what we all just see and normal say, oh, na sexually. Obviously, you don't live na the diaspora, you go na somebody in hotel, why you not lock you the month? If the person says not lock you the month, get away. Not to red flag that, new people there. We don't need to get rocket science here. We don't need to get rocket science here. You go lock you the month. If Jimmy B will go, he show himself to you or himself when they respond. Now wait till you don't follow and do. You body language, all what you don't follow and do. We know they. We not there at all. Because I know men sexually advance on women, but they just don't. One that tell me, any man just can't attack me, can't sexually attack me, sexually can't advance, whatever it is. How many men they will me they work with? And they work with so many men there. But for say, oh, one day, that one day I can't touch me, Bobby. That one day I can't make me some kind of way. I never experience that because me not create the atmosphere for let it happen. No. I not create this atmosphere for let happen, for let man bring sexual advances to me. Una all know, my best people are the work with a man there. From my swaggerization, I mean, Costo, from DJ Little, the people I work with is men. I don't work with women, it's men. Yeah. So if Jimmy B see this sexual advance, okay, I'm okay, and this and that, it is true. Yeah, we know they do. We know they did. Now, he and Jimmy B and God, now they did it. And the man himself gives sexual advance towards her. Have you questioned that as well? We don't see that we question that. And then he recorded the man. What was your intent recording the man? Recording somebody, if you don't get any ulterior motive, why would you go and be recording somebody with your watch? Why would you record him with your watch? If not to Jimmy B name you want for use for become known after he hard work. I'm not supporting if Jimmy B don't ever sexually abuse anybody. You have evidence, come out with them. The right thing for doing reporting at police go invite Jimmy B will come and go take evidence from Jimmy B and waiting self and then go try the matter. Kamarimba na end so they arrest her. Powerful Kamarimba. Because when they come with the report to me, I refuse to talk about Kamarimba on my platform until when it go in. Yeah, until when this how they call it, until when this particular situation now where Kamaramba they in so now come with evidence and the audios and everything. But in this situation whereby somebody say left you room open and then call the auntie, obviously Jimmy B have been through a lot this year. I'm not supporting what he did. No, I am not. But Jimmy B have been through a lot. He lost his son. And I know the psychological impact where it gets on that. But we don't care. Sierra Leoneans, as soon as they say, oh, so this one, what's not somebody? If they say Agnes Pratt, now so they lie for me, terrible lie in this community. Terrible lie, they lie for me. Una all common at this community. So now true Agnes Pratt to her. They let today some of una the shame for me. Some of una the bow una head, una face them because the two don't come on do. What Agnes what not do? Una tota na two na do one. Na so you do. Na so you do. Then some man go call Agnes so. I like I want to for explain. No. Una take me name. Care and go. All kind insult, all kind abuse. I have it. I've been through the biggest allegations in the UK here. None one person come out say, hang on, and question this allegation. None of you came out and question these allegations. None of you. So that's why it's really paining me now. Oh, okay, when I was being abused, when I was being lied on, none of you come out to talk about this. None of you. None of you ask questions. What if this is a lie? Where it affects me psychologically so bad. None of you. And it's the same thing you're doing to Jimmy B. It doesn't mean because we are in the public eyes or we are public figures or we are doing things, people know us. That means when they say, this is what this person have done, you jump to a conclusion. Everybody now bring emotion into it rather than look at the fact. The fact of the matter. Why would GDPR law, in fact, make you not record anybody without in consent? Meanwhile, you read the recording when you record Jimmy B, when they tell Jimmy B, say, Jimmy B, if you not stop this harassment, I'm going to record you now. And let Jimmy B continue in harassment. But that not happen. For me, I will stand with Jimmy B on this one until he proven guilty. Because I know how it is when they hang katana you aid. When they hang timper you aid, thing way not to you do. I know how it is. Una Sierra Leoneans una quick for believe people whether they lie, whether they manipulate una. When una no know the reason what you make. If you reach inside Jimmy B in hotel, una no know. He go record the conversation. No. Obviously, if you go call the auntie, beggar, this, that, because of you don't go through a lot. Say, yeah, okay, I'm sorry, or blah blah blah. That's it. Now, wait till they say, now wait till they read this. And by the way, this one they call the one this music shall way. A music not even move from Sierra Leone, reaching in West Africa 8. So this Maurice, where do this wire so? Maurice, you feel to say when you do this is by you, and at this time go, upgrade your music career. No, it's not going to upgrade your music career, Maurice. It's not. It's not going to upgrade it because half of them are there out there. The thing is that what Sierra Leoneans are good at. That one day we just begin music yesterday or begin journalism yesterday. Then go and compare people that don't inside journalism for 20 years. And we get una who they support una. Me I see una. And they see una. How many of una what they na there so? And they do me program there. And they do me waiting several. Una they share, una they support me. But when they unscrupulous people they get event or program or this or not that this side they are really coming after Agnes. Now they share, una they support. So waiting Maurice for me not do. Yes, Maurice. If you want to help somebody where they're sexually abused, you they take the matter. How would they do in the UK here? And I believe say it's no much difference in Sierra Leone. Yeah, I post on my page, make a can on my page, and just go through one quick one how we can go about supporting people that have been sexually abused. Yeah, look at it now in the UK, Maurice. Because since you break this wire, so I'm replying to you, isn't it? You bring the story out. One we talk about we not journalists, we will talk about so that's why I'm referencing you here, Maurice. You know, he say in the UK, handling a sexual harassment complaint as maybe for example, as an employer, you should take any complaint of a sexual harassment very seriously. But I don't believe say you, Maurice, you take this sexual abuse very seriously. You not take a very serious one. Because one first, for the fact that you come out now, everybody know that pikin dey come out Canada. All man know in picture, all the passport, the revenue right, who than mama, who than papa, all thing they right now. For expose and this kind of way, Maurice, that is not the best way you don't support this particular case. Because if you don't care and go to the police, go report. If the police want make kuku jumuku business, you want me to journalist say, now this don't happen, no. We get newspaper then Sierra Leone, we get Concord Times, we get Awoko, we get AYV, we get so many television stations in Sierra Leone saying that this what happen. Oh, we don't go na police. We don't pass 2 weeks now. They not call it Maurice. This is what you do as a responsible Sierra Leonean. From there, then take the matter, then carry and go na court. This is what you do. But you not do that. It was so easy and quick for you, Maurice, for Can on Facebook, write Jimmy B in name. Jara Jara. By you writing Jimmy B in name, not Jimmy B you destroy. You destroy the person when you self say you dey fight for. And I not believe say they fight for that pikin. You are using this situation for your name for come up. And that's what you're doing. Because at the end of it all, if you really care about this young lady here, so waiting happen to her, waiting not happen to her, if not to a setup, you could have gone through the right procedures. And that is the police. That is, you have Rainbow Center. You have so many organizations. You have 50-50 group. You have the entertainment industry in Sierra Leone. They all for don't come together. Una say, well, now this don't happen to this wire, we come on Canada, now so happen, and this. But nothing like that will not see. The first thing what you did is to come on social media and write Jimmy B name. Say more are coming. This is anybody where they support this kind of habit. So them musicians, they are where their music not cross even Guinea Conakry, you know, then honestly you na enemy of the state. Because this is not the right process that people do things. The right process, I can repeat myself over and over, should have been you go to the police. When the court hearing starts now that ending now slowly now, we will not say, eh, now Maurice, now he give this pikin moral support. Maurice, now he go na the police. Maurice, now he make sure say they find a lawyer. And then you story from the camera, then you can come out Maurice and tell you story, Maurice. But as far as what me don't see so far on social media, they go according to it, I don't see social media. And what you write on social media, you say Uncle B, more is coming. This is blackmailing. Big time blackmailing. Anybody can say anything you want to say or any opinion where you get. But this is not done. This is not right. This is not the right process to do things in another country. They're not the right processes. You get so many rightful way where you for don't go to for help this girl here. You understand? Because, for example, when you say like people like Jimmy B, you get so many people there where be inspired by them. I let them do the worstest crime or worstest crime. You will still have people. You know Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Maurice. You follow Jeffrey Epstein in case. Maybe before we don't school yourself a little bit on how to come out with that kind of big stories there. Jeffrey Epstein in case. Now a journalist for expose them. Go and read about Jeffrey Epstein. Or go to how they call it? Is it Netflix? Netflix is there. These journalists they tell and tell and tell and tell them. So you get one survivor. Let's say, well, the right way they do go to the police. You get second as survivor. The right way they do go to the police. You link them up with a journalist, and the journalist not they pull out his story. Until the police they don't get substantial evidence. Substantial evidence, now you go bring out this crime. Maurice, what you do so you don't police speaking in case as far as me concerned. Whether na set up or what you never na do, what you don't go quick on, una so fast for go write on social media. Quick, una don't go write social media. This is the more reason. Look at Khadija in case. Tete do not get nowhere. Because of una na quick for can write na social media. Na quick for can say na me for soccer. Don't na the poor people in business. Because what you have done is totally, if anybody not tell you, Maurice, wherever you are, how many this message reach you? You don't poorly case. Whatever evidence recording, where they record now, or this or that, or whatever money they say give the auntie now, or this or that, or this, so I can give person money. If Jimmy Beaton say, well, I get money for Epa, wait it for candle. Wait una go say. Una they 1 month, 2 months, the poor things and that Sierra Leone day. Then we get people that were so ignorant, just like some of una, where they know they tell una the fact say some of the where una they handle some of the issue there. So it's not right and it's not done. You know? Because now you don't let the cat out of the bag. Let me say, okay, make I be the devil's advocate here. Let me say Jimmy B actually do what he do. Now you don't get a weapon for let he protect himself. For let legal team them build up case for her. Where you not go get nowhere. So this one I want what the so I can get. I can tell you now learn thematoscope musicians. I can tell always they talk and say, get a PR, get a sober PR. Somebody will know what is PR. Get somebody in a journalist will know what it is. Because me, they call me as in fact famous no good one. Famous can never do this. Because the best thing famous could don't do, he could don't contact a journalist because I said famous no go ever come out with nobody name. Nobody in a famous no go it will go through the right channel and report and give support to the victim. But what you have done now, you yourself and all of you out there who will say, oh, not true, Jimmy B, don't tell you, this is that. You, all of you, on all on police case. On all, from a journalistic point of view, on all on police case. Because at the end of it, Jeffrey Epstein again, they remind you now go check now Netflix. When they check, they begin build up case for Jeffrey Epstein, build up, then get all the information. Let them go, warrant of arrest, they arrest them, boom. Before the media, the woman will be the lead the news, contact the rest of the other news people. They all over now the world. But when they give chance for let the police do their work, when they give chance for let Rainbow Center them do their work, when they give chance for professionals where they for do their work. All man don't turn mouthpiece for the talk on issues where they don't know how for solve, how for help victim. So this one now the way how Maurice come out with this particular topic, particular rape allegation, make me believe say now a setup, and I stand for my word, and I stand on that word where I say, and I owe apology to no one. I stand on that word that this is a setup, because if not a setup, you go around, you go to police, report, and then repeat yourself over and over and over again. Police begin take evidence slowly. They go tell the pikin, okay, call Jimmy Beaver, call her, say, hey, you know, you tell me can push you the month, and not be let come on. This is that. Don't Jimmy B, that's when the police go they call Jimmy B now. Oh, Jimmy B go say, hey, well, I'm sorry, I've done that, sorry, you know, this is that, and so why I see you, I like you, or this, that. Jimmy B for not incriminating himself. And then so when police go arrest now, some of you will work the easy. It is easy for we for can sit down and talk about this talk. It's easy, but right now it's not easy. Any soberly trained and qualified journalist, you know, just gap you go say na true, na this, na that. It go ask so many questions. And for me, I have right to ask questions. And for me, I get it out. The reason why I get it out is that why is it that you guys did not follow the right procedures for support this young lady Yasu? And as I believe, me gut instinct never lied to me. People can say whatever they say, people can write whatever you want to write, you can curse me, you can cartoon me, you can say whatever you want to say. I genuinely believe this is a setup. It's a setup. And it's not only Sierra Leone that not to today they don't do more. When they set up their mandate, not to today. But at the end of it all, for make who in this type of whereby women are using sexual harassment, sexual attack, this they make the real people and now they don't sexually abuse. The real people that they go through and right now go make it difficult for them to come out because of some of them kind of issues they have where they crop up in Sierra Leone. We get people away, they uncle where they go pull in different parts na the province system, the woman, the brother, they sexually abuse them. I make you see some woman, they're very hyper, they're very argumentative, they're very attention seeking. Because half of them people where they go pull na their village there, they go pull a sister, they picking them, and brother, they picking them na their village and council. If not to the woman, if not to the man in male family, then they sexually abuse that girl picking there. Now the woman in male family they sexually abuse their with sister then they. And this is how it is. And we get women there where also they perpetrate sexual abuse. The very woman they're supposed for support women they sexually abuse. because they act them as pimp. They act them as waiting self. That big man, they can me club tomorrow, can me place, can me boutique, can they get boutique, or even ten can house. So. Now they go hook up with the woman there. This practice you and me no go deny say this practice all the happiness already. The happiness already. So on this note with Jimmy B, in case me, I truly believe say it was a setup. If you have any issue against this, it is okay. But it not add up, nothing add up, nothing add up at all. And the message was one left for clear message is that when you get a victim, we come to you say, me auntie, in man, in brother, or in male family, or me papa in male family, or whoever it is sexually abuse me, wetin you dey do? You dey go get a journalist. That's show now. Even at the Western world now, so they do. You dey get a journalist. The journalist, they put a tap on the story. They put a tap on the story. With Kamarimba in your own case, I refuse for talk. I tell them say, una go na police, una go police, I see say them charge and this and that. Then I don't qualify for talk about it. But I refuse. You get 3 different people let them come up for Kamarimba. I refuse. So it's the same advice I give now. If you get anybody where you don't go through rape experience or sexual abuse, this, that, and so, advise them. Then get newspaper there. If you're not APC sympathizer, find the APC sympathizer newspaper there, because alone all you newspaper you get APC, get SFPP. Where you're not supposed to be so. But now so from even where they in journalism in Sierra Leone. Now so you get newspaper there when SFPP sympathizers, you get support newspaper there when APC sympathizers. So you can go to them big newspaper there, talk to a journalist, say now this don't happen. No. Agnes can tell me say this person here so go touch him, but it is shame for come out and so. That newspaper journalist go say, okay, this story here. Now we newspaper number you don't tell, he say yes, okay, I dey put the lead on her right now. So the next thing they do, we dey go na CID go report. CID dey Sierra Leone. Go CID report. 1-2 weeks, you know, hear the case, go back meet the journalist. Say this case, we not hear because no say Sierra Leone, the kuku jumuku there, iboku. Even I answer corruption dey now before I say Sierra Leone. Outside corruption dey. And then the journalists, because journalists are involved inside, this people not get to the other journalist now. Go to the second other newspaper. So well, I get another newspaper back. But just say wait, make them officially begin work on this case. But Salo, they know they work on no rape case yet. They know they work on nothing yet. We don't talk on social media. We don't begin explain. Then they don't begin share audio. I hear the audio. I get the audio. I just say dear big. Yes. Evidence is supposed to be in the hands of the court authorities or in the hands of police. Evidence on the outside right now. Because you use your watch or your mobile for whatever you use for record Jimmy B. And that gave Jimmy B one. Because right now, they go and talk all this all over the place. If Jimmy B get a very good lawyer, GDPR, go against GDPR. General Data Protection Regulation. Go against that. Because in private conversation waiting for possibility of over 21 years. If you don't want to get involved with it, just say please. And then you move out. Call the police. Come on, yalla. You run. Come out of the hotel. You run. You yalla. Or if you never yalla because you feel ashamed, you feel this, that, or so, like this, that, go to the police. But at the when they pass and they pull case them, when they pass and they set up people in that country, me and they buy them. And they buy. We get so many men there, which I believe where they sexually abuse people in that country there. I keep for saying, and they say, yes. But if we not and tread carefully on them so-called rape alleged cases there, now so one day you go sit down and can't say you papa don't go church person, Bobby. Because they know say you popular. Now so now the latest trend that then now we 9 days na Salona. Now so you go sit down, you uncle, because you uncle popular. They say you uncle don't go church person, Bobby. Your uncle go this. Yes. Now the latest trend that house of the attorney general or head of Sierra Leone parliament, not to somebody go film that Monday, not go somebody film her. So una wan tell me say revenge porn woman they know they do am, the same woman they cry about rape, sexual harassment they know they do am. They are doing it. They are doing it because of fame, because of money, because of so many things they do am. You a man there in the relationship unbeknown to the man. Yes, the man not fear enough, the man not supposed to cheat. Now head of parliament or so, or did now so back they do Victor Fobak. It wasn't even Victor Fo, they caught the man in, they put on the say na him, then 10 a day. But now when Victor Fo not dey again at APC, we'll get APC will come out and Tube na him. Because you know they again. They do, and when I see that, I say no. That man they not get that kind young man body. When woman there, una know how many woman there, girl picking there. Okay, you know go talk say then you see them, they don't woman they go Sierra Leone, when they get relationship, yes, they say not for go cheat. Man na man. Your papa not been cheat, your papa not been cheat, your uncle not been cheat, your grandpapa not been cheat. Man na man. So I don't know what we can want come out to act like for say I've never had this and I've never seen this. Man na man. Man, they cheat. It's simple. I can always talk. I don't know anything beyond they do. I don't know to tell you 2-3 woman they under. I don't know. I don't know. I know they eat bread for nobody. Nobody they eat bread for. No one. Because you don't know. It's not like say na thing like this. You know how many men there where like come to this in conclusion. How many man there were woman then they sabotage? Say, well, if you not send this money for me, I get one case right now when they don't have gone. Una all sabi that man in this community. Una all know that. Una all know the human in the man. The lady take the picture. If I not tell you, then take it, make like in padina, take the picture now. Then take the picture. Not only man there, they sabotage woman there. They set up woman there more. Say send for me $10,000 or $5,000. That lady in America, whether in old time boyfriend do where scatter them picture there. Now America, say if you don't send this money for me, I go share this here to you man. Now America. You know how many man them. Now when the woman then strong. Them pictures the day. Them pictures the day when they send to them. They not take and make nothing. They just say every marriage they get in advantages and disadvantages. This is advantage don't cancel. We go work on her. Una sabi how many woman there. Then they use man there. Take their picture there. Send them to them woman there directly. Now London, America, Canada, all over the world. They send them directly. When they don't say I want iPhone, I want this. The other one say you want let the man be rose for her. The boy where they na so. The man na big man. The work who say the work self na NHS, you know get that kind of money dey for go be lost for her. Now the man tell us I been tell you say I dey buy house for you, I dey buy land for you. Yes, I do this. Okay, you say me woman popular na London, woman sabi me woman. You dey call me woman, tell her so. Well, call and tell her. Then the man itself go tell the woman now wetin don happen. So why are we not comfortable for talk about that woman there as where they set up their mandate? Why are we not comfortable? But we are always comfortable to talk when it reaches to the woman there. You know how many women that don't destroy people at homes then? Through them set up there, so destroy people at through them in there. Some of we become very comfortable because it's not our brother or our immediate family that are going through. I am not saying if Jimmy B do one. If Jimmy B do one, I don't say myself over and over. So now they go quote me. Una quote me properly. If Jimmy B do one, there is a law in Sierra Leone where you no go escape that justice. Yeah, but Lord, we talk about how the woman they use sexual favors. Now today woman they know they use sexual favors for get what they want. Inside the political parties, almost women need to use sexual favor for getting they want. Then they target the specific people, specific mandate. Let me see Solomon and then they progress in politics. It's simple and clear. Not to record science for say why make them progress. It's because of that make them not they progress. So sometimes, yes, it's good for Lauka. We talk the pali and this is not right. This is sad. This is that. Have you considered? Have you considered the men these women are destroying also? Have you considered that women? No, don't see that. I believe say now one pounder. No, be papa with Jimmy B right now. Una go say na lie. Be papa no go rape. You know men of who papa them sleep with underage pikin dem. Take today they sleep with them. Are we comfortable to discuss that? When you are comfortable to start discussing about your own male members, the way how they are sleeping with these young girls, 16, 17, 18 years, then you will be comfortable to come and sit and then start for the jump into conclusion about Jimmy B, not Jimmy B. This platform believe that that man was set up. He born he dey na Canada, whatever it is, he know wetin he dey do, right? If somebody like that they go into any sexual advances to her, you know the right thing wey if me don't do, you know for continue. Anyway, I dey ask this question. We have several hotels in Sierra Leone, big hotels. Why is it? It was Jimmy B in hotel. Now they go why? Why? As a journalist, my critical thinking is on, my critical cap is on. People they do anything for destroy people. Fear enough, we know say the man in personal, the man in the rape. Look at it in case today. Take today. How many of una don't come out for reach out to Khadija and Mama, make it work with him, Papa? How many of una? Una get mine? Una even get mine for talk herself. Una even get for call her gale self. Una sabi and alone on the idea. How many of una? They reach out say, you know it for the best interest of Khadija. This man, una be done part of this side. Una put all things aside. Una work together. Best interest of your picking. How many of una? You know how much months when the late Khadija laid on a mortuary? How many months when he laid on there? You know get a right burial. But just for the decency of the picking and the families, both the mom and the dad. That's why, like for me, I just remove myself. Because if I want to talk about that, I'm not gonna left nothing. Nothing I'm not gonna left. Because a mother or a father best interest should be for their child, not their own self-interest. For proof point say, oh, now me go deal with Anissa, now me go make her so, now me go this, now me go that, now me go so challenging. For proof point at the expense of that late girl. How many of una? Una even know who's the story there at the moment? No. But now Jimmy B, when I saw Khadija be come, I will tell una. People they call, hey, Agnes. I said, no, this is a child. This is a child. For me, for the member Khadija self, they make her feel sick inside my stomach. Some of una know. Una they say not to the family member and do am. Because na sabi the sister, na sabi the cousin, na sabi the auntie, una bring sentiment inside. Una no objective one. That poor pikin they done a mortuary. How many months? How many months did it? How many months, Sierra Leone? How many? We are not comfortable to talk about the hard stuff, to bring out things that are not right that women are doing. But the moment when it's opportunity for run after the man them, we all run after the man them. Me, a man, I dey work hard for the money. I see fine woman, you give me yai, I go give you yai. It's simple as ABCD. I not say the one there where they go rape pikin them, where they go rape woman them. They say woman they get right to their body or this that. Yes, not true. Woman they get right to their body or this. But some of their allegations they are me Agnes Pratt, una quote, una kept me name go any side saying as me say that story is not adding up. It's not. Hello? Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, you can go on.
Yeah, I really want to be part of this topic. I know there is so many issues about sexual harassment, and I apologize for the noise because I didn't have sleep.
No, it's okay.
I tried for something else.
Yeah.
But this sexual harassment, we see as a disclaimer. Me right now at this saloon, and I can tell you people where I'll begin them in behave like this country where they don't say they're underage, they go and seduce the boys.
Yeah.
I go out every night. Then they go and seduce this guy at party every day. You understand me?
Yeah.
And they're gonna be the lead of the way how we young youth them they behave in the community. So the man themselves, in as much as they get their responsibilities there, but let them not they want to begin them. But the beginning and then they own a street of seduce them.
Exactly.
And man will not say man not get taught.
No.
When he see for struggle he want enter. He want to enter. So if there is a claim of sexual harassment, then we start from the I treat them as women say, listen, you should not be wearing an appropriate dresses to seduce a man out there.
That's
you should not be going there looking to go and seduce a man because he wants money.
Yeah.
If you want to live a life that they have one like a week.
Oh.
They want to drive the best car. They want to belong when they call themselves the slave queen. I go out, I meet them, I see them, I sit there, I chill with some of them. They want to live a life. You understand me?
Yeah.
This sexual harassment on Facebook right now, everybody's talking about sexual harassment. We the women are the ones who are actually attracted to the for them to harass us.
Definitely.
Because when man not see a family face, why they go first, they want to see a family face. Because they think what they buy, I can afford to buy it.
Yeah.
The people ready to go club. I know exactly I'm going to club to show. I get for buy me drink. You know, I put me drink. You can't meet people can't see me. You see they see on me face. So when I go there, I know they can't money go.
No.
They go inside club and expect man to go give them money. So at the end of the day, I drink, but at the end of the day, the man wants something else to take away from you in return. You understand?
Yeah.
So let we forget about this sexual harassment thing. Who wants type of thing in this country for type of the man that get a problem? Because let's say for not saying that the key. Therefore they use the initiative for not saying that the key. But the chicken and the weekend and the country. Now when the chicken and the same money, they go to host. One corner the next corner, the inside in that thing. After long time money, they go home. Go home.
Oh.
Because then they talk about sexual harassment. Let's put this here, but now they know when the country, I always say, hands up a girl and suffering and sexual harassment. But if was done, they catch them because they lock them themselves. So them, they begin to so their mama and their papa will stop them. They begin to themselves.
Yeah.
When they lock in themselves, they go pull you, they trust me, this is not that street again.
Yeah.
You know what money they spend at this country for make picking and come on a street?
Yeah.
What they mix them at street and they give them money. Then they say,
but at the same one, them back, they go say, oh, they want go hustle. They not get work for do. They not get trade. They not this and all that. So.
Now my kids are so right. But not when not so right by day. Let's show you the young man they waiting down. They get 2 feet and clip them at their own and they pass there. Now my kids are so right. I call this is 50. And that's the so. And that's the let's see young boy, young girl, in a so they sell. Now that's a come also full of good man. On man they are back table.
Yeah.
Yeah. The woman there, some of the woman there, we like the quick way
Yeah.
to survive.
Yeah. That's what me they say. I know they support anybody where they sexually abuse you. But yeah.
Yeah, we did some of the begin them, the snake queen mamas, they like the quick way to make them able to survive. They don't go walk up, suffer for their bones there. They want to let a man go kill them. A man is just for you, give something, he needs something in return.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah.
What happened in the number? Not till I join into it. Me, I'm still in salon. I'm enjoying the beautiful weather.
Thank
I hope
you so
guys,
much.
Enjoying the lockdown. Season 3.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah. This is getting like as I keep for saying, at the same time platform, I'll begin this show. Now at the finish this show, we get one caller. We go can talk to now. But as far as me concerned, yeah, there has been a lot of setup in where they go on in Sierra Leone. Where na woman and they set up man them. A lot of setup in. Me where sit down to now they talk to now, me na a victim in 2017. Where one day na salon they send me picture, tell me message and this. Now say thank you very much. But I don't know whether you feel to say they deal with. They go all out for send messages. So the way they know say they na host with the man. So many of our sisters, the way their marriages, their relationship them fall, not at the fault of our sister them all. Now the fault of this very woman they are all they go and fetch for say, oh, everybody get right to him body, or did all man get right to him body? Nobody not say nobody not get right to him body, oh, nobody not get right, nobody not say that. But at the end of it, when them thing they are come out, if you really somebody where don't sexually don't abuse you or whatever it is, what you can do, the right channel for do instead of you can on Facebook or social media for let's say that you can break the news for you know for spoil the case or whatever it is. You give weapon and ammunition to the one way that they accuse. I beg. Una get for the consult professionals when it comes to raping issue or whatever. But this that is going on right now, from my own opinion, and I'm going to give opinion on this one, I believe it is set up. Whether they have the sex happen now, the sex not happen now, whether they record her with what show, they record her with whatever it is. So all I know is you cannot leave all of those hotels in Sierra Leone. You go to Jimmy B in hotel, automatically there is an intent because you know the person will hold that hotel. You know you sabia. So many of you girls living the diaspora going to Sierra Leone, that is what you do. When I go to Sierra Leone, I go break people there, if people are home there in Sierra Leone. When I spoil people their relationship them back in Sierra Leone. Some of them already come on the diaspora. But nobody have energy, nobody have the time for come and talk about this. The emotional stress some of them they cause to the sister that waiting in Sierra Leone, to the sister that they get in relationship there, to the sister that they don't take time for when they don't do secondary school, they don't build a relationship there. Una go come out so now all be the secondary school, now all be the primary school. So what can I answer? Now I go back while they left now this. Me high school sweetheart for my day. Somebody dey return this and that. One time, two time, but picking carry say before I say for marriage, I go check, I go cross check. I go cross check and see for me yeah. Now so say na yeah. I say no, it is okay. It is okay. Agree, I'm the loser. I no fit oh. I no fit at all. Because for me, able marry that, for me, able carry time, but they don't born picking now. For me, just go married. The time I go from just gonna register to go married. We will go married. I say no, this is not going to happen. I not go. I not the fet that kind way for any man fet for it. I not go do it, and I not do it. When I go and check my background story, so check it properly. And till today, me and that individual they will get very good relationship, LOI, just general well-being, and that's it. Enough by force say, oh, now me and I don't day from all the primary school, secondary school, and this other person don't go married and say, Miss so we day, we did that, I go fend kind of me say, go puella married day and this and that. I opt out. But so many of us sisters they come on the diaspora. You're talking of sexual harassment and abuse. Now we can get a proper conversation about the men they know they come out. Men they know they come out. Because waiting do then a man then. Then a man if they come out, how people don't go waiting safe. You know how many man they were another woman they come out the hospital, they go seduce na Sierra Leone. For long I get land, for long I get position there, for long I get to now. You know how many people on they go seduce. And when they seduce safu one oh. Una they spoil them and reduce them back, una take over. Now how many? Why is that? Is that not sexual harassment against men also? But no, we are so uncomfortable to talk about that. Now everybody Jimmy B. This platform again, anybody can get your own views, it is okay. Get your views and that. But the criminality attitude to young woman in the youth forget to where they want forget to. This story go prove me right. Say there is more to this story than when we all just jump into conclusion. Anyway, we get an somebody where they work with the area they also, so they can call her in the line of for ask them how we can support any woman where sexually abuse or we feel say they sexually abuse her, how it can get support na Sierra Leone and would that na the contact the way if for contact before coming on social media for polling case like Maurice wey do. Maurice try for let you music reach Ghana. When you music reach Ghana, then you can go you can come out like that for a senior artist like Jimmy B. Just a call because I don't know. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Agnes. How are you?
I'm fine. So we've got Alima to the money Kenya, obviously, as you all know, an FGM campaigner, and she's so much into the rights of women and girl child. Thank you very much for where I text you and you joining at the moment at this right moment. I know you're very, very busy. I just want to ask waiting will be your own contribution towards supporting women there wey come out say they don't sexually abuse them rather than the way how this Maurice go na social media go post this for fuel the case if the sexual abuse happen wetin na the right procedure wey therefore may don follow in order not for give ammunition to the one wey dey accuse or the say na him don do am.
Mhm. Oh, thank you so much. Well, I just think about a 2-hour conversation around the victimizations of victims. And if anybody wants to look at that video, please feel free to do so because I think it will give a lot of context on our views on victims and victimization. On this particular case, obviously, I always get to follow the professional angle and then ever comment on the actual case itself.
Yeah.
And I know who mentioned the people then responsible because again, these are all alleged allegations, and we have to let the course of the law take place. But I will use an examples that people then can perhaps use as an understanding in terms of where I am coming from. Now, in my personal view, as an advocate for women and girls' rights, and I want to make the disclaimer right now before I comment, I never ever oppose a complaint of a victim. Never. I always, whether it's true or lie, because for me as an advocate, it is not my job for decipher what is right or wrong. What it is just supporting of the victim. So I will always be on the victim side. So once we don't get that out of the way, now when we talk about victims of this kind of sexual harassment, there is a machine. It's almost like organized crime. And I don't want to let me downplay this. It might be people that we know, it might be people that we're very close to. We cannot underestimate the level of organized crime where they go on around sexual abuse in Sierra Leone and in many parts of the world. Sierra Leone is not an island. We're isolated from issues.
Yeah.
So when we talk about organized crime, it might be safe woman that we don't see in the 80s, 90s when Nigeria they talk about madams there. We have madams in Sierra Leone. In fact, as soon as I finished my conversation that I was having this afternoon, I was contacted by a victim where the person where they pimp them out to men with money and men in power, and these are highly powerful men. Now that make another let we bring the sentiment and downplay the hard work that has gone into getting confidence for women and for talk. No matter waiting at the thing when we want for say, I will never ever side perpetrators.
But some of the spectators are schemers though. From a journalistic point of view, we don't see people there where they set up people there.
I really understand that.
Then they set up people and set up men there.
But I know, Agnes, I know that there is this underhand of people that we always will try for circumvent situation. That it's happening. It's not. I mean, I'm not disputing that. It's the truth, and we got to look at the truth for what it is now, Salon. We get them, madam, there with the people picking them. We get young women who are pimps of other young women.
Now this we call in the UK almost like crime of association, and it's the same with people there. Now England, because in England, I use the example of which they see a lot of the time now this gang activity and gang culture. You will get a 14-year-old girl with they pick maybe year 10, they go to school, where you come on a gang community where probably she's also a member of the gang. And one of the things that with the gang they would say to her, is something it took us a long time to address in the UK, but we had to do it because it was the women that was hiding the guns under the mattresses, i.e. the girls, the young girls, the 12-year-old, 13-year-old girl there will hide what we call the shanks when at the knives, then they will put her under their bed there, or now they will go pick them up na their escalator there or under their step there, na their estate there, now they will pass on the information with the bobo there, with they call a honey trap. They will set the girl up, you dress, you call the boy, let him answer the call, tell and say, let him can meet you, they go at this party. The bobo themselves will come because they are falling in love, but they like these girls, they will follow whatever these girls and they ask them for, only for let them turn up at the venue. The girls are waiting for these boys, and then white star will kill you. But the first person they make that call now woman there. Maybe we might not be familiar, but this has reached Sierra Leone.
No, you don't. My president, make I tell you, I don't cut you what since when we did university in Sierra Leone, I don't talk this over and over. Say I used to be the director of intelligence. I used for infiltrate all them fraternity camp for them. And the way how I'm infiltrating it, because my boyfriend knows somebody, friend of this and that, this is how I will infiltrate all of this camp. So it's not like it's not happening. Even when I did Sierra Leone, it don't dey happen. It dey happen.
Yes. So it's the same they call them in America. They call them toasting. In these universities,
Yeah.
they will say for become a member of the fraternity, you have to suck a banana, for example. This is just about this is what we call blowjob. This is about oral sex. It makes you do something. And obviously they do that, they record it, they take a picture of you so that we'll go oust them, so that we'll go talk. It's the oldest trick in the book when it comes to criminal activity. So Saloma would be new. So we do, and we have to accept that. I just don't come out from a conversation where this Titi tell me, this woman, it begin for work at an early age, maybe 14, 15-year-old, it work like this woman in shop, it is sell for the woman, it do buy back, they do the car with the markets, then they sell at the shop. Before Jeff, the woman begin say, listen, I want to go left this market for me to or go take the money. You don't say I have to go collect for me. That's how we started. Only for a way go turn up like these addresses where these men, these are highly professional, highly influential men in power. Could be a politician, could be a paramount chief, he could be a leader of a company. The woman would dress and kit him out really well, only for Lady Picking turn out actually you are there for a second favor, and that's all you are there for. The first time the Peking said it was okay, I was cool with it because it feels to be a one-off. Next thing, no, that was not the one-off. You go meet another uncle again, Obayanda. You go meet another person again. You go meet it. Before you know it, you are sucked into the trade of sex and trade, the sex trade, sexual exploitation, trafficking girls for sex. This is not new. And if any Sierra Leone and they confuse themselves, say, oh no, they're picking and they do that. They do. But what we have to look at is the narrative, what makes people then get to that point. You don't just mention, say, they will go say, I want land, so I will go sleep with anybody, forget land. Then you begin to ask yourself, have we become commodity? We now like a way to go buy 2 cup gari, 1 cup sugar, and so they don't become necessary.
Long time.
We are not commodities.
We
are human beings. So we therefore address that if this is something the government or the institutions, the way they work around these issues, have to first of all come and let's talk about it. I'm glad I just come again and talk to I will be calling him because he go calling him. We need help. Can the Fresh come up with this idea of sexual health education?
It don't tell where they talk this thing, but people are listen to this woman. It don't tell where Sissy's candidate come up with this idea. It don't tell.
In this conversation, because again, what I've just noticed in the last couple of days, and people that I get high respect for. Some people are sorry to use my foul language from UK, me a Londoner. It's a bowl of crap, honestly. We can't be doing that anymore. It's 2021. Wait till we do 1991. It can't be waiting we do in 2020. We have to call out these people. If you know this is a madam who they traffic woman and they use and they sell the women as commodities, like your salon, like your ministry, because we know in the 80s, this is something I grew up with in the 80s. Girls who left school, you go say they go to school, you come out from one, you did from one, from two, we are go convent. Many times we are seeing our colleagues in our school who don't tell their parents and say that they left school, only to get to the school compound, get into the toilet, change their clothes, wear outing, now go to office to office. It hasn't changed.
No.
It just don't mean that the tactics when they don't use don't change a little bit. So now there are mobile phones. We don't tell one host will get phone, maybe 40, 50 hosts in that area, they know will get mobile phone. But now, for letting go make these transactions, it's easy. You text the Peking, you call her, you WhatsApp, come meet me at Junction 22, then take them, put them at them 4x4, high Land Rovers, all decked out or they black out the street. How much time we don't go salon holiday? You go to their hotel them. You go to you go to Atlantic, you go to Bintumani. You see girls dancing on tables naked. That is sexual exploitation. It might be pleasure and entertainment for some people, but we've allowed these things to happen. Most of these girls when they go dance at the table there for money are sent by their parents. We are not reaching that area.
Yeah.
It's the taboo conversation. There are women in Sierra Leone doing this, but this point in time, with all these cases of sexual harassment and sexual allegation, sorry, we cannot be this putting them in the same category as every other thing.
Yeah, so like how what you go be your advice for advise people and where don't go through sexual harassment, at least men them go get the right professional help rather than they come out.
It
So
will be very difficult because we can't. One of the things I struggle with, and I have to be very honest, here we are, we want women to talk. But if I have a conversation like this, I'm not going to talk. I honestly will not talk. Because it already shut the person down, where there are genuine, innocent women who are victims of these powerful men. Oh yes, the majority are men, and we have to accept that. Of course, yes, we get women, and we also the pink with bikini every day. I mean, FGM, the perpetrators of that violence, they're not women. But you can't go arrest the woman, you don't got you against a will. No one has ever been arrested in Sierra Leone, charged or imprisoned for carrying out the crime of FGM. But Mokuma, they go tell me FGM is not a crime, and it's the same example we are using now. Yes, majority of men that they do sexual harassment, but it's the oldest trade in the book.
so but this gets another argument. Who perpetrates this? Look like Kamarimba in your own situation right now, yeah? It was the auntie.
We not call name. I can't speak about the name. Sorry.
Okay, no, it's fine. No, me go call the name. Me go call the name. It's fine. Me just go call name.
Okay.
So like it was the auntie who sent this pikin for Canal Twitter. Yeah. So women are 99.9 involved in this sexual abuse, sexual harassment, sexual setup. So if we are not comfortable to discuss this, then we are not winning nothing. We are not going anywhere. Here in the UK, if somebody go and for example, go and set up somebody and they can't find out, oh, this is a setup, you will see the media will take it up. They will discuss it. But why is this Sierra Leone? We are not comfortable to discuss things so that the people that really they suffer with this sexual violence go contact people that like owner or people that will like then go feel comfortable say okay what contact this person here he go able to talk to me but we are not coming out with this so it's like now we serve the F for the I don't know how to put up because apart from this platform, it's only me that have ever come up to say, why is it that nobody ever come up to talk about that woman, the pimp that we got there? Nobody is comfortable to talk about it. No one.
Nobody, because they don't want people to not want to see women as perpetrators of such kind crime or violence. But yes, Agnes, I am not disputing that majority of sexual harassment and the allowing of sexual harassment will come to the level inside all council with society. Majority of it has been what we call drivers of patriarchy. The people that are driving this kind of illicit affair, we don't they go on so long now in country. Majority of them are with madam there, as American people call them madams. We don't get named for the hate salon because we don't get a better understanding. So
then they call them saying I'm Mississippi's.
Mississippi's, but they are madams. They operate brothels. This is what it is. These are brothels, or what we go call sex den, or they will create this atmosphere, making girls available for sex to men. There are many ways we can describe, but this is where we want to educate with society and how these layers of criminality operate. I'm going to go a little bit technical. So let's start with, for example, the trafficking of girls for the purpose of sex, because this is something the UN, in fact, we don't talk with colleagues, Awada will tell you, Syrian Kamara will tell you, we work with the Home Office, we work with the FBI, we work with a lot of agencies there. So then we reach to Africa and how we go unpack these issues that are happening when it comes to sexual trafficking of girls, not of boys even, not just for plain kind of Europe, but even inside the country, the national trafficking. So let's say now me na woman, I work na salon, I work for the ministry for, let's say I will use any name, Ministry for Information. The average income what they get for the month now 50 million. So I get big holes, I get and boy when they work for me, I get a new they look after me, picking and they go private school. I keep one minister, but I'm married.
Yes.
Yeah, I have this illicit affair they go on. Then my sister when they offline die, he left me in two girl picking. I'm not able to bring on two, I will bring the big one first. Then the big one who they can't deal with me that also they help me for the take them to go school and then while they travel for when they meeting and at the UN I will left and let they watch you picking them. The man who left now also say that this is the picking one left now house. When the mama go at the picking they become the wife of the house, literally, and they use this kind of language. Before you know it, this picking not be exposed to something she probably did not want, but now I don't use that as an escape. Then this became on away it go now street. If you say go get regards for men, no. Then he go now say, you know what, I go revenge for waiting and they do to me, I go revenge for waiting me and do. Then you see this very picking where they be don't rape like this because they don't use a slave because men picking are slaves. Then the papa they sleep with and then the mama go holla and then they will be street and then go get and draws for wearing, go wear clean clothes. This is the girls that we are now seeing that are going out there and becoming what we call the honeycomb, where they chop, honeycomb, like outside honey, they lay.
Now
the honey, they get boku hole. Inside the hole here, you just go and chop people, they just suck people there. So obviously they have become immune to any emotions that will render them feeling sorry for the man they abuse. So that these very women they can end up they go be madam. So instead for us say, okay, I want to bring the downfall of the man. Next day, they go recruit similar girls of in kind. Now salon I go holiday where somebody come with me, sit down and to come here because we talk na beach. With this woman camper, if you see the one posh motoka where he come with self, where he camper away, and look because you wind on the screen, if you see like somebody we lost where they ask for direction. If you see the gold chain upon gold chain in fingernail, them all in perfectly made, they just pull this nice card because in a boy picking. And I'm not saying sit down at the other side of the car, the back side. Then if you wind up, if you don't see boy, or maybe you know me cousin in motor car, and they wind the glass and he give me cousin this card. Nine the woman just drive off. Nine the cousin say home, because you know what you do. Say Lima, guess what? They say you don't ever see call girl get a calling card. They say you know that woman is a call girl, they don't can't give me a calling card. That it tout for business if you want, obviously if you want girls tonight for sex, because you know see this because then of course they live overseas. So if my cousin then now be 145 girls in that night day,
You don't get
we go call, we go call like a, what's the word? There's a word for it, where you have these groups activity. All these things are happening in Sierra Leone.
to give some and
It's
all
level
of
of
this.
education of good people there.
I think now we go come back to again like when see Kadi Fresh dey talk say they need sexual
Health
education.
education.
From 2 years ago, this woman don't they talk this. It just they repeat this. Anytime when you see something, it they talk about. Then it's I don't know.
So back to me, Paula, I'll not take up your space, but this is a conversation. I think let's carry on with the conversation. But if you are a victim, man or woman, because now we know the men that are being sexual harassed without knowing they're being sexual harassed. But a man will go meet up with a girl like this, not knowing in history, side of commotion, she's on a path of destruction, in a look for revenge, you will become a victim of her. So hurt people.
Hurt people, yeah.
What we are seeing in Sierra Leone is decades of hurting. Our society is not geared for empathy of any kind. Everything we do now for vengeance. People sabi me today pie. Everything is about revenge. And vengefulness. So we cannot see love, kind. So if you are a victim on either side and you are playing a da-da-da, but listen, talk to somebody where you get a lot of trust and belief in. It might be, because this is something, honestly, I now see Sierra Leone where we are, because the shutdown comes so easily that it's going to be hard for victims to forever get the trust to come out and speak. We need a total revamp of our knowledge about these issues. And it's, I don't know.
That's going to only happen when we get this sexual education escalated. Sexual like where Kadi Fresh done the prompt for the past 2 years. They talk this, but it's like, the government and people who are close in authority or so, for make sure like them kind of sober recommendation there, so the action then is not being action. So that's why we are where we are.
It's been action. Sierra Leone has one of the best when it comes to laws. Them like the Children's Act of 2007 is one of the best. Then now we get the Sexual Offences Act that's been amended. But something to do with Kadi Fresh trigger in my mind, we honestly, we've always looked at violence perpetrated against women.
We need to look at man.
And I'm an advocate of that. It's going to take me a while to shift my mindset around this issue. But we've never looked at violence against people, men and women.
Men and women, right? Especially the men. Yeah.
No, men and women. I know men and women. Again, even though majority of these crimes are against, because again, we take a back step and look at what causes a society to behave in this way. Where have we come with? We don't begin for sale with humans. This is like human beings. When we talk about slavery, they always look at it. Nah. The most common product that's being sold today in the market of high values, human beings.
Yes.
100%. We sell, we picking them for sex, and it might be the mama, papa, we born that child, or the auntie or the men that pick it, or the government itself. How many times we they deal with people that are being trafficked to Kuwait, Dubai, they can't tell you say they want house help there for work in their country, but actually you are being trafficked for the purpose of sex.
Yes.
That is essentially what it is. But they're not going to tell you them because they don't say you're a low income country, very poor. So it's so poor that make way with the corruption. It's not about the politicians because this is money where the politicians or the authorities are stealing that could go to providing this kind of education when we talk about that we need to sensitize our community, sensitize our leaders, sensitize school kids in the school that though it may look like this, if it's not true, it's not true. There's this make believe that you can make it so quick and say that
yes, I know.
Sex with somebody.
Yes. Yes, oh, now for let get one big man no more. Hey, that day people and get money. Oh, that day people and do oversee. Oh, that day na oversee come out so quick.
Or because somebody white means you get money.
No, but not all man wait to get money. Not always man get money.
Exactly. The white in the sense is not the person, but white in the sense that because somebody didn't have a big house means you know they do bad. You go sleep with a man or woman for money, but you can contract HIV and
Exactly.
AIDS. You can contract a sexual transmitted disease. You know, we have to think about the wider impact of these issues within our society.
Yeah.
And I'm glad the way you, as a journalist, I also talked this afternoon to two other journalists there where everybody is tormented by these allegations, and everybody just sick and tired. I agree with you. And when these things happen, before we come into the public arena,
go support the person first. Yeah.
Get the support of the individual, get the authorities notified, get all of that first, because now what's going to happen is once we have had this public, because victims and they listen to it, so somebody is sitting right now thinking, what is going to be my next move? I have just been raped. I have just been anally.
Now, the make I say, my president, waiting go be your message to them people and that them for go about them rather than they can and get somebody like Maurice who can put on social media and then the person where they don't accuse say then don't go rape, you don't go get weapon for protecting self. How you go able to advise anybody don't go through any sexual abuse or sexual harassment, whether not young or old, whether not man or woman, whether not we girl picking them underage, how you go able to advise them on a professional note? Because for me, from a journalistic point of view, me your advice for me get out there is that wetin Maurice do, Maurice don kill this case of this Canada pikin, and then make me question and now say na a setup. Because if not a setup, wetin Maurice for me don do, if for me don go, he go report na police and he get a journalist. You follow the Jeffrey Epstein case, right? Now a journalist next start for the gather information about Jeffrey Epstein. Tough man when I party to Bill Clinton, party to the Prince Naya, Prince Andrew. Wetin this journalist do? He make sure say he gets anyone wey get, they go report to police and they keep the police report, get FBI involved, and then build case until they don't build the case done. Then go arrest now. Now you see the news. It then now the news and social media, but it's not happening like this, my president. And I found from a professional point of view, it is wrong for Maurice to do what he do because he don't keep case. If at all now this name Jimmy B do, he don't get a weapon for protecting himself. You get me? So wetin go be your professional advice to people that wey don go through their abuse there, wey dey go through how can they, when they are ready or when they feel comfortable, anyhow, how can they report this type of issue for make sure say they get justice rather than for just kind of social media like this?
Okay, thank you so much. Again, I did put a disclaimer. I'm as independent of the view shared.
Yeah.
But because I don't know the
not for this case here, no, not for this case. Yes, for any other person way. Yeah, for any other person wey they go through this, how or to the general public, whose advice you go give the general public for support this person here, rather than for out with an social media and spoil the case.
Yes. Now, if you ever find yourself in a situation like this where you don't experience any form of abuse, it's not going to always be sexual abuse, any form of abuse, the best course of action, because this is not what always victims they want. They don't want the police involved. They never want the police involved. What they want is that somebody believes in them, somebody that acknowledges that they have been a victim of an abuse. They hardly, even in the biggest international community where we have the best course of action when it comes to legal issues, they never want to get the law involved. Waiting and just want saying I need help, maybe I'm going to see a doctor or a nurse because I feel pain here and there. So for me, my advice would be if you find yourself in this situation, don't always go to the public space first without securing your private space.
Exactly.
And the private space can be that if you have shared the fact that you were a victim of abuse to a party, and you really don't the voice behind the story when they expose the story, let the third party know what your intentions are, i.e., you want to go to the law side, or you want to just deal with this matter there and then. Okay, it's happened now. I don't have the power to fight them. I don't have the means to fight them, but I just want to get some medical treatment, and let me just go in my room, close the door, and never speak to anybody. Sometimes that's what victims want, believe it or not. They would rather go under the bed, cover themselves, and stay there and never come out again. If that's what you want to do, fine. However, if you want to do the opposite of either going to the law or exposing the person, say, oh my God, this is this person, I want to expose you, and you go public, the first thing is protect yourself. Either you protect your identity.
Exactly.
In fact, you might even therefore protect your immediate family.
Yes.
Salon no get refuge and a safe space for women they for go hide. If not be England, I always go to public first because we can go put the victim in a shelter away from the incident, safe space. We go don't notify the journalists where they cover the story in the media for anonymity, where you do not call the name of the victim, you do not call the name of the perpetrator. In fact, in Australia, it's a crime. Where you call the perpetrator a name. In the UK, not so much, but it can be up to the decision of the judge for say if you can name the perpetrator. You do not name the perpetrator because the law of the land says innocent until proven guilty.
Exactly.
We cannot be carrying out judge and jury trials on Facebook. It cannot be happening because for sexual abuse happen successfully, every ground has to be covered with the in favor of the victim. Because believe it or not, whatever we say or do, if our police they arrest the criminal, they read to them a Miranda right. And in that Miranda right, the line obviously can usually go like this: whatever you say or do will be used in the criminal law against you, whatever. Likewise, they never read a Miranda right to victims. So we can always say to a victim, remember this, whenever you want to put the issue out there for the general public to consume, remember that you will be judged and there will be jury rendering their verdicts. Waiting to happen, so it's not. We've all even judged dead bodies to say, it's because she found no. It will always be protect yourself first, protect your identity, protect your immediate family. The first thing is seek medical help. Go to the police, now Salon, FSU is there, the Rainbow Center, all the institutions here now, don't a charity them, but they are doing a similar job to what the state is supposed to do. But because we don't get them protection here in the country of Sierra Leone, I always say to Uma, don't go first on Facebook. Don't go first on WhatsApp. Don't send even voice message to the person who abuse you or to people that we know.
Because you alert them. You alert them.
Not even the alert. There's more to it because if we not get the expertise at the level where I would say UK to Sierra Leone, we still when it comes to a victim crime of sexual abuse, the nature of sexual abuse, Sierra Leone is still a long way off, even though they don't set the foundation, but we still there way back, way back. Because at the end of the day, it will fall back on your head. You, the victim. The judge, the legal system will judge you. The society will judge you.
And when society judge you, it's worse.
The social will judge you.
That's
worse past It worse past even the abuse with the person they abuse.
And so then you suffer to them.
You they suffer over and over. You they suffer over and over and over. So if you find yourself in that situation, if you want to use a third party, make the third party get an understanding of where your position is. And if you are a third party, because yes, it's natural for let somebody run in mouth and say, oh, I go blast because this person don't hurt this person. We know Facebook now 1 day, 2 day, the pressure is there.
He don't
after that,
die.
he
Look like the
died.
other cases them. If not to you or some few people that will still they give support, they don't forget self. They don't forget some other cases them
we
what
don't see
happen.
how many months we've spent working on similar cases like
Exactly.
this, because the painful and this noise, all them people out they make noise, speaking for victims or speaking for victims. But when you lay down on your pillow, now you know how much pain you feel. Women are crying, men are crying, victims are crying, and it's sad that there is nothing we can do at this point in time. Maybe this will just be a smoke and screen. I don't even know how to call them, but don't be discouraged. Just be mindful of who you share your experience of this nature, either it be sexual abuse,
God bless
harassment.
You. God bless you.
Find posts where you trust, proper.
Because some then they run away with time for let them get the credit at the expense of the one that we don't suffer the abuse.
Well, this is another area back, but that would be another conversation. So many people when they come onto the scene and wanting to represent the voice of the victim, most times a human gratification. I want to look big, I want to look important, I want to have 20,000 million people
for viewers.
Yeah. And then the person is forgotten.
They forget her.
You know. So in that instant, they find a very credible person, will not get no agenda whatsoever against, or if they know the perpetrator. If you say, for example, they know the perpetrator, and this obviously the adults really talk about, because it would be difficult for a restricted child, but these are conversations with adult victims then, right? If you're an adult victim and you sense there's some familiarity between what they call your disclosure person and the perpetrator, limit what they say.
Exactly.
Because can go bring calm
Iboku.
Sometimes what we don't see in so many cases, the people that way you look up to say, "La go relay complaint to that person,"
and they use
turn back. No, they use you, but they can drop you.
Yeah.
They can drop you because sometimes maybe the pressure will be too much and you don't go talk to them, and they will say, "Hey, me, I want help you, but now I don't get trouble." It can happen, which is why we never advocate for use somebody who is not professionally trained in handling or advocating for your behalf.
Exactly.
Use a professional advocate, an organization, the Labor Kuna Salon, with the advocates. And now that they work on this survivors fund, we make up of lawyers, smart women, Aberdeen Women's Center. I don't forget which one are the fourth one. There are 4 of them. We don't come together at Rainbow Center, I believe. We don't come together to provide support for victims of rape. Rape no more. But there are factors, the other elements of that the focus was on rape. Okay, fine. Or sexual violence, fine. But there are other stuff. We're going to talk about coercive behavior. We're going to talk about sexual grooming. We're going to talk about online abuse. We're going to talk about trafficking. We're going to talk about exploitation. There are many strands when it comes to abuse. And we got to already they experience that. But because we only the term some of these abuses under one umbrella, we forget to take into account the others. Not that we want to deliberately exclude the others, but this is how the system is built. But obviously, we're going to go against that a little bit sometimes. Because my problem is they don't even include things like FGM. But for me, the stuff I always talk about is whether they like it or not, find it offensive or not, because that is me. So, sorry, Mama, I don't take up your thing.
No, it's okay. But, this is important. Because this area now for me is important. Because we continue for they do the same mistake over and over and over and over again. That when something happens, we see people then run kind of social media with it. And by the time it goes, we don't pull her.
And we need to get for stop down the we left with her. I'm sorry, I mix up my English and my Creole. We get for stop for bring private matter, intimate private matter to public spaces where not get control or not safe.
I know.
Facebook is not safe. sometimes, even though we want to do the best for the victims, and we think by coming public and no, we go create hysteria, and afterwards it just die down. So, which I would advise, if you want to help somebody because you are a public figure, you know, say if I use my platform as a public figure, I go able to get the support quick for this person. Maybe funding will come, somebody will fund, go fund me, we raise fund for address the issue. I mean, you can do that.
Yeah.
But do not give the entire content of the allegations into the public arena.
No.
Because whatever we put out there publicly, it's very difficult for them we contain them.
No.
It's wildfire. It grow and grow and grow. And when it come out to the legal side of things, lawyer, they're very clever.
Yes.
Lawyer, they are very sensible people. So then they always look for the loophole. Who say you sleep? And if they deal with somebody who already has financial capability, they get the exposure, you know, they might even fly away and leave the country. How will you get to them now? Have we served justice?
No.
They might even go pay and get themselves out of jail. Would we have served justice?
No,
to the
we wouldn't have served no justice.
So we might have allowed Mokbokwi eyes them for see we post on Facebook, but we would not have served justice. And for me, it's about serving justice.
Exactly.
Where there's an injustice.
Exactly.
So we go take long time for come to the justice, but for me, I rather we take a long time for deal with the issue, because we know at the end we will get the appropriate remedy for that case. We will take with them. Because the first thing would have been, I would have said, listen, instead of you go public with what's just happened, come and stay in my house. My family and I will keep an eye on you. I'll go and get a private lawyer now. You speak to a lawyer, you want to speak to a police officer, whatever the victim wants to do has to be paramount. Whatever the victim in response has to be what we go by. There are times even where you don't go police, you don't go court, you don't go boku side for help, and the victim, they withdraw. You and I have worked on a similar case.
Exactly.
But they would call the woman, they pick up.
They pick again.
They pick again, because that's not, initially they wonder, but no one that again.
Yeah,
because minds change. People, their minds, they change. So we get to allow them that period of change where they want to do, and just always say, listen, whenever you're ready for talk, let me know. Whenever you want, let me know. Yes, we differ from that kind of mentality, because this is more of a European.
We just believe, say, now for disgrace go disgrace Agnes on social media, disgrace Why disgrace Agnes? Agnes go rape 5-year-old girl picking. Who's help the picking? You know, no way.
No.
Because you don't get Agnes weapon. You don't get Agnes weapon for fights, for use for illegal team for fight for her.
Well, yes. Sometimes this is the danger of social media, because it get that instant exposure,
gratification of things.
Yes. Then the downside is we dampened everything that. And I don't want to think this was done maliciously or intentionally. However, it's been done now. And I think there is a way we can go back and amend the errors of this kind of behavior, of disclosure, public disclosure.
My president,
you know, we can.
When it comes to social media, I think Sierra Leoneans, we are way behind. We are in the 40s of using when and how to publish certain things on social media. Because everybody feel to say get the power, he get the strength. Now this one, now me first one, now me first one go do it, now me first one go disgrace that person, now me first. It's just about the numbers, the comments and the likes, not about the welfare of the individual, not about the well-being of who are affected, both the accused person and the victim. No, not about them, but it's just about self. That's it. I don't know how we're going to move from that. Well, thank you so much.
It's difficult because obviously, social media is a new world operation right now. And until we people that learn that in terms of moving forward, there is two ways you can always use social media. So there's lots of gains, but you got to also think of the downfall of when it will happen. So right now, there's this almost like a lukewarm reception, whether they say it's gonna happen. So me now, this don't happen now. Maybe the next case of such nature, instead of doing this way, when I go for FSU, you can tell the FSU people then say, well, I don't really want to go police yet, but I just they can't lay complaint first. Let the FSU then do the thing. You go to Rainbow Center, you go get an examination, and if that is evidence alone of something that's happened, and that's for the like, sexual penetration, at least you don't get some evidence, then get the advice from them people here on which you need for do next. If you feel say, I'm not going to go to me one grade, the third party that we go get for disclose on your behalf, you can say, come with me, let me go here with name people here, you can say. And always you can ask for, let it be very confidential, and I want to believe that's what they will offer you. And once you don't do that, and you don't see the actions that are happening within those legal spaces, if you want now to go public, you can't go public. You can still go public on the first instant, but make sure say when they go public, your name, the full entire case is not out there in the public. You got to reserve, even police, the way they can at the public for report crime. They never give us the entire
full details. I would not the why would they accuse?
In fact, the police, if when they give you information, when you come back to them, for example, you they reply back to the police then for report on the crime, we then don't report to you. If you give them too much information and they say,
then they suspect you.
She knows too much about the crime.
Well, okay, my president, you don't see it make like me. I get me critical cap on when I say I believe it's a setup. Because how is this young okay, I'm not saying no, which you know can one make them call name. You need to talk on this case, but me just say come back. Me reason waiting make like for me, I'll be suspicious with this case with Jimmy B is how this Maurice they put so much information out there.
Okay, well, again,
So anyway, let's just conclude now. Let me let you go.
Again, another disclaimer that I'm independent of the view shared. I'm not part of it. But again, the reason why we always want to retain information, because let's say if you want to go now to the formal side, whether the law side, you get to go make statements. And waiting we don't want for victims then for let them relieve their experiences, because you don't want too many statement after statement. One statement is enough. If you go give statement to the police, if you get an advocate, the advocate will go with you. I make it 5 hours for like talk to an organization where they work is support you. Say go first to the police, call the advocates there. Then boku now na salon. I don't go for individual, because again, I don't want to let somebody that leave and say, "La go na that organization, look waiting and go do me." Find out that local organization way that this not their work. With there you go to the advocate, because what you want for the way the police they take in statements, the advocate go sit, or you self go sit on, they pull your mobile phone, you record the statements where they give to the police. You self they get your evidence, because when you go to court, anything where you say, because the defendants go on for defending self. That's why they call them defendants. They go come up with every rule under the book for defending self. So anything where you tell the police, make sure say you yourself get your own personal record. If they're not able to give a recording, or who say they don't take the statement, i.e. a paper format, they're not able to give her. Because the last year, you say when you go police, they go tell you, say go buy pen, go buy paper, let me photocopy. But go with your notebook. If that will help you, if you not sabi, if you not get mobile phone with the record, if you sabi right, fine. If you not sabi right, friend post you sabi right. You note down the information when they talk to you about the question and when they ask you. Because what you tell the police, anything where you tell the police, but what happen, the person will do the abuse on you, forget a file of that, and instead counteract until
Yeah, because
waiting
they
you
get
enter
all that
court.
information there. Yeah.
Then they give all that is this no, this is a right of the defendant. The defendant, in fact, when you go to court, the defendant they get more rights for defending self because you don't ever want for criminalize or put somebody in a prison for the crime we in a commit.
Mm.
So the court structure is there to defend the defendant, not too much for the victims anymore. So you want to make sure, say, what you put out there, let it just be, because now if the police they leak the information, you don't say that from the police they leak the information. You know, go put everything we will help your case tomorrow out in the public space because it is natural for let people there judge, for let people then construct, interpret, whatever. You know, so I think there are things we can learn out of these cases. Go seek the legal remedies then first. Talk to somebody, when a counselor, when a person will go look at your mental health. You know, there are lots of things. We might not get in as alone, but I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't want to think like Sierra Leone, this country, we not get nothing and nothing is not working at all. I don't want to think like that. I want to think that we get the best services in place. So again, maybe this is what we need to be talking about, and rather than be allowing we spaces them for be occupied by political conversations, because we then miss out on important things that we need to be talking about. We then spend so many time look at what red t-shirt, green t-shirt we need for go dance. But these are the things that we don't get left unanswered, unaddressed for such a long time that now we get in a situation we're not waiting for say. Do you understand what I mean? So as a journalist, obviously it's your space. Thank you much for the conversation.
Oh, for say thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Bear with winning the beat. We don't want the woman then get this impression that nobody believes that we will. I understand that the journalists have to do their thing and do your thing and continue to be the voice of reason in all of these issues. And maybe we might just get there. We might. I want to believe that we could. We will in the next 5-10 years. I don't know. But sexual abuse, sexual harassment is not going to go away. This not to the last thing we'll go away, but this kind of case there, maybe tomorrow we will get it. But how we respond to it, I think will be the most important and thing we will last. We're not going to impact the victim there. So
thank you so much
for this conversation. Yeah.
Thank you for your professional input. Really appreciate it.
No problem. Okay then. Okay.
So into Nayeri, from a professional point of view, from a journalistic point of view, let me just go over this program quickly. And we get action plan. We don't come up from waiting. We don't get from this discussion today. Firstly, for me, from a professional point of view, as a journalist, I start for ask questions that Maurice come with this publicly and he say, oh, there is more to come. You understand? In police, when you go report na police or you go talk to police, you begin getting boku information, you become a suspect. So this make me as suspect Maurice in intention for come out with this kind way we come out with her. That's why I will stand on my word that this might be a setup for Jimmy B. Because obviously, if you come up from Canada, you come. At the end of the day, they have so many hotels you could have rented, or you could have paid for you to be there. But you go to Jimmy B hotel, you establish contact with her, or get contact and that. So there is more to this. Yes, I understand. Say people get abused in different way. Like as I say, Jimmy B was start in the beginning, they're above the law, but at the same time, Sierra Leoneans, this kind of way where some of them diaspora and then they come out now, they go and mix up and box up Sierra Leone. We get for open an eye to it, because at the end of the day, not any of our fathers or our uncles have been go say them go rape them. So I not believe so for me jump to a conclusion. So not true for me investigate. Like as I say again, Jimmy, maybe not above the law. If actually whatever happened, but again, I have a question mark, and I will stick to that question mark. Why is it that you're not going to other hotels there? Now, Jimmy B hotel you go. That is one.
Two, why is it that the first attempt or so, you not just walk away from the hotel, and that why? And three, why is it that Maurice as a musician, you know, why is it that you are the one that come out with this na social media? We don't tire with their attitude. Their owner then Sierra Leone, one I don't sing one, two song no more na salon people they dance and only Sierra Leone and they dance with song then. Una fit to say una self don't become a voice for talk on things they wanna not get no idea how na they talk on. Let me say, okay, if you happen say yes, this girl was sexually harassed, Maurice, you don't spoil the case because you don't support this girl here so for make e go na FSU like wey Halima the Kenny from the girl at the time don say for go report there and then get am more evidences them against Jimmy B and then carry this matter go court. You don can as social media and don begin run with na social media and now everybody's on social media running with it. So that's why for me I have that question mark. What is the intent? Why? Why coming out with it like this? If you really care about this victim, yeah, if you really care about the victim, why you not go support the victim, make them go through and this and so without nobody no self. Pass wey e appear now na court and say, oh, you don't appear na court oh, na so happen. Maurice na supporter. We get the Rainbow Center, we get so many organizations there. Una no dey give their organization, women's organization chance for do them work. We get so many organizations, 50-50 group there. We get some even in our politics and there about. We get so many female organizations there where they na Sierra Leone where you for me don't go through this channel. They are professional. Therefore, me don't able for help this lady also with this sexual harassment also. You know, like action plan. Becoming me sure always I can get the action plan. Action plan 2 years again, Cardi Fresh we don't come on this platform and they talk on in what you can do in cooking and that. We need sexual education. People can go university and all of that, you know, family planning and that and so. We need sexual education. Sexual education is important. Therefore, put priority. If Fatima Bio, Fabio, First Lady of Sierra Leone is doing answer for our girl without prioritizing sexual education for all, Mrs. Bio, you are not going to win your campaign for hands off our girls. This type of cases will continue to happen every day because if we have proper sexual education out there in Sierra Leone, we have top 10 identifiable female organizations that can pick up this matter and can support survivors of sexual exploitation now, sexual harassment or whatever the sexual case be now, then it will help. Until we have a proper, I remember Pakaba in term, he put emphasis on sexual education because that's when the people don't come on a war. During the rebel war, people don't they catch anybody in Peking, then they have sex with her and they rape her. So then people in their mind and if you to say any woman where they see, they can just deal with her. So for let rape rise in Sierra Leone, rape case not be rising in Sierra Leone like now after the war. President Kabal make sure say he put emphasis on sexual education. So that will be the action plan for this program here so for today. And for any victim out there, like the founder for a girl at a time, Alima to the Maniken, you don't advise una where you get something like that, go through an organization. Go through an organization, go through a journalist that is reporting about women issue and that not all kind journalists so somebody when a humanitarian journalist and that and get a lot of them at Sierra Leone. You get the Sierra Leone female journalists. Why una not contact the Sierra Leone female journalists? Even if you can contact the Sierra Leone female journalists sef say, oh now this is what happen oh, while the Sierra Leone female journalists lead this wire for we. That Sierra Leone female journalist organization they for me don't lead this. You understand? Or we have Asma James, you know. Therefore me don't lead this wire, but it's like everybody fit to say one talk, everybody fit to say he get voice, he get right, he come up with things. This is what is destroying in Sierra Leone. Now, Facebook is not safe. If you think say Facebook safe, at the canaya, I can't talk say that person they don't keep me man, that person they don't go and thief me money, you can't disgrace person. Think about your family in safety. Think about the victim in safety. Think about the close friends in safety. Because if me now come and say, oh, for example, President Bio don't go rape me. I go for think about me family there, their safety. I go for think about the people that dey around me, their safety. I go for think about me pikin dem. So therefore, I no go come out to the public. I go get an organization wey e go work with. Organization go work with me, and I go be anonymous. The level at which we wan let all man know say na we dey do this, na me this thing happen to, so we dey look for public sympathy, we dey end up for make letting worst. In conclusion, finally, we have most of you people, because of this politics in Sierra Leone, you are using young women and girls, you are exploiting them sexually. If this person get problem, you go say, okay, well, they can go set them up with this umaya. Wey go there, just go make like for say you want her, you get her understanding for long and lay down together. Wey see one lay down to you and this record her, film her, taking picture. Most of una dey do am. And both of the political party, APC or PPO, they do am. This is how politics run bad na Sierra Leone. And most times, we the diaspora there, now we dey engage in this type of activities. And then we say we want Sierra Leone for better. We want Sierra Leone for better. It doesn't matter who is in position now, or you and person get issue, you dey go to the extent for do a setup on that individually. That individual itself get people more. It get fans, it get people there, if not a high place, or whatever it is, it get people there. So finally, fellow Sierra Leoneans, for me, then say, until proven guilty, this particular case, if na somebody when Asalo is born, I go understand. Asalo na Asalo is there, but somebody leave, travel from the diaspora, go out there, I still have a question, and that question mark, it might be a setup. Because if it's not a setup, why is it becomes so quick for make una can scatter on social media rather than for help out? Because if na me be reach out to say na so happening to me, I'll say, you know what? Contact the FSU, contact this journalist here, contact Asma James, contact Doreen Barry, contact this person here. Go seek help from so Rainbow Initiative Day. We have so many organizations in Sierra Leone. You know how many people that I support, I send them there. I say, go to this organization, go to the police, go to this, go to this. I'm dealing with over 6 rape cases, which you know ever can on a platform. But the two people and they get justice. Yes, they get help, they get support, because I use organization then as alone. So if you want to help anybody who get any rape case or sexual harassment case, that's why we have the organizations there. It's not your job, Maurice. You're not a musician. You don't get the information, pass it on to the women's organization. Then go deal with them professionally. Till I see you then, this is Agnes Sparkling on social media. Land that we love our country, Sierra Leone.